Well, boys and girls and unicorns, I decided maybe I would work on my Bernstein Bears journal. There's already a video I put up where I got this far in the journal. And so now what I'm going to do, the covers are like, I love the cover. I think the cover is awesome. It's um this feels like burlap. What it is it's samples that came from upholstery fabrics. And so that's what I'm using. And I've went through it pretty much, and I've come up with, and I did stamping and things in it so far, but I want to make some pockets. So I want some pockets, and so I'm going to use these 6x6 papers. Oops, that shouldn't have went in there. And I'm going to make some pockets using these. Now this one here is the heavy paper. I don't think that works as good to make the pockets. I have made a video that shows how I make the pockets too, but I'll show you again in case you didn't watch it. I do like this way. See there, fold it in half. Then I take this top of the front corner, put it down to the center. That doesn't look centered, does it? It looks crooked, crooked, crooked. Never can. There, now that looks better. Now I'm going to take this piece, see this, the pointy piece here, and I'm going to stick it out over here. And then I take this pointy piece on the other side, line up this straight edge up to the straight edge right here. Now see how that does? That makes like a little pointy. Now, if this was double-sided, I would leave that like that, but it's not. It is not. So I'm going to turn that inside. There, I'm going to turn that inside. So I don't have that white. Kind of looks like a little sailboat, doesn't it? Okay, so then I will glue that piece in there, and I glue that piece in there. Sometimes I don't glue that whole thing like that and give it like a little bit of a place you can still tuck things in, but I'm tucking that in there. I'm gluing that in there. And so then the envelope opens this way. You can put this piece down then like this to close the envelope. And it's almost like a flower pot shaped envelope. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Oh, I didn't get my little punch. Just a minute. I got to reach over here into my punch drawer where I keep punches, and I'm digging because I'm looking for my teddy bear punch. Where? Did you just hear that? There's a craft lunch over there somewhere behind me. But that's okay. It's in the floor now. Wait a minute. Where did I put that? Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Now I don't see my little teddy bear punch. Oh, oh, oh. Doesn't that just flop your dripper when you can't find something? My teddy bear punch. Maybe it's in this other punch drawer. Butterfly, bird, teddy bear. Nope. Okay, so it's not in there. And okay, don't leave. Just a minute. I'm coming right back. We're gonna forget the teddy bear punch. I'll use that later. I'm not as organized as some fine-tuned crafters. I'm not fine-tuned. Yeah, I'm tuned into something, but yeah, I just looked on there. Okay, it's nowhere. Now, see this teddy bear here, how this is right here? You see it? That's what my teddy bear punch does. Maybe I put it in a box and sent it off to in one of my auction boxes. Boy, I was busy, 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 busy with them auction boxes. That was fun, fun, fun. Okay, let's see. Now, instead of that, I'm going to open this box because in this box I have stuff. Now, what all stuff do I have though? That's the question. Now, see how I fill up my area? It just fills right up. Now, okay, instead of that, I'm going to put other things. Ooh, see, like this little bird. Won't that be adorable? Okay. Papa went outside to cover up the blueberry plants because we just read on the weather report. Ooh, it's too warm in here now. I got to take off my sweater. There. Oh, that's better. Now, see, once I get moving around, then I got to take off my sweater. I'll probably have to put it back on in just a minute. Okay, 1 second here. See, I don't ever do anything like I do because I am so unorganized. But, so I'm going to put just some dots and dashes here along the edge. That kind of looks like a fake sewing. And there we go. So then that's where that, there. Now I'm going to, see, I'm going to glue this whole, well, no, I'm going to go like this, where it's like a, there we go, like this. I don't want to cover over that words. I don't want to cover over any words. I just want to have this in here like thisly. Like thisly. Okay, like thisly. Now, okay, let me put this box over here. Boy, that pile on that side is getting a little tall. Now, in this box, I have an assortment of different little tags and things. So, see, I'll put that little tag in there. In that one. And then maybe I'll get a larger tag. Yeah, and put it in the behind of it. Like that. But that needs to have a little bit of a you know, fluff, like this fluff stuff like this. Okay, it needs a little tie on there, and I love this stuff right here. It's soft as ever. If somebody would knit me a sweater out of this, I'd be happy. No, it'd be too hot, but it would be pretty just to rub on. Okay, see, so I'm gonna put this little tie in here, so it has a little, I think tags should have a little tie, you know, they should have a little tie. And so I'm putting a little tie on this, and put that in there. So that takes care of that page. That's beautiful. Now see, I'm going to be covering up a lot of these pages with things only because why? I don't know. Just because I want to. Know what? Because I won't tell you. That's why. Because I won't tell you. Now, see how I go from having a whole area to nothing? To nothing. Oh, this is good paper. This is fun paper. This is Seven Gypsies. Seven Gypsies has got some fun papers. And so I'm going to, let me see, I'm going to go like this way. See, then it's going to make all the images sideways, but that gives it a little bit of a interest, having it sideways. And so you fold that down like this, and then I'm going to go over like this, just like I said before. Just get this straight edge here, even with this folded piece that you just folded like this. I like these kind of pockets. Now see, this one I'll leave down because it looks really cool. And cool is the look we're going for here. Cool. Because it's, well, we don't want to look cold though, because the weather's cold. We don't want cold. Now, see, that's pretty. That's very pretty. Now I'm going to put that one in here like this. And so then, like if Grandma Allison, or whatever grandma, Jeffrey's got a Grandma Rose, and he's got me, he's got Mina. He calls me Mina. That's my name up for Grandma. And whoever wants to read, they can also pull little tags out here and look at the pretty pictures. Oh, this one needs a tie. A tie. What did I just do with all that? Oh, there it is. Lord, Lord, this lady here. This lady here. Now, this here book, I'm actually going to put it up for sale. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it up for sale because I just make too many. Now, sometime, because I'm going to be making more of these Berenstain Bears books. There's going to be more because I think they're wonderfully beautiful and they're fun for the children. Not only the children though. The children and the mamas and the papas and the grandparents, because they have such fun things. They've got a good story. The story is always right in order. In order. So when I take the pages out and then I put them back together. This particular one is sewed with a stitching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I put 7 holes in there and then stitch that shut. See there? And then I want another pocket. I'm just going to go pocket. I'm on a pocket frenzy here right now. This book is called Too Much TV. And it teaches the children, sometimes, too much TV or too much playing with those video games is not good for family dynamics. It might be good if you have your little child watching TV or playing video games while you're trying to get dinner cooked. But then, you should have, oh, you know how I'm going to do this one? I'm going to fold this one under, but I'm going to fold this one part the way down and flip it under like this. So it's fold under, and then put these up like this. And I'll actually glue this piece down there so it lives there forever. And then this one I'll go ahead and put a little bit of glue there so it lives there forever. Yes, but it does concern me if the children do too much in the video games or too much watching television, and then they don't have the family time because, children are just little people. They're just people. They hatch and then they're people. So when they grow up to be a people, oh, I shouldn't have glued that whole thing, but I did. Okay, it's all right. We won't worry about that. You only have them children as children for such a short while, and they're like all grown up. Just like my children now, they're like all grown up and they think they know everything. They're they think they know everything, and we do family things, but not like you can when they're children. And so my kids didn't watch a lot of TV. They did watch TV, but they didn't play any video games because they didn't have them, back then in the olden days. And so, the olden days. And so where you played kick the can and those kind of things, you know. And so yeah, so I was lucky, but now children, parents these days, they're not as lucky because they have to I fold this in half right here just to put a point there so I know where the middle is. Like that. Okay? I see how I didn't actually fold it. I just give it a little pinch. But but yeah, these kind of days the parents have to, they have pressure. They have pressure teaching their children, and the pressure is, they have to fuss against the video games and stuff like that, probably even more than TV. And um and so and then um lately the video games, they win because they I just noticed that I have to do this. The video games usually win out because usually mom is too tired to and fuss with the children. I got to work on my fingernails. These fingernails are getting just as grungy. I guess I was going to let them grow and then polish them, but then whatever I touch, okay, there, that's better. Now, yeah, was I saying anything important? Now, yeah, usually nowadays both parents have to work because they need stuff, so they both work. Now, some parents, just only one parent works, and the second parent um, works too. I'm talking about out of the house. Then the second parent works in the house by doing all the parenting. I mean, not all the parenting, but you know what I'm saying. See, I'm just pulling out some cute little journaling cards here like this. I should have, let me see. I've got some washi tape too here. Let me see what I have. I've got some green. Got this. Oh, this is very pretty. I'll do this. This is very pretty. Some of this is like washi tape, like you just is washi tape, but some of it is like has a backing on it. So I don't know if that's still called washi tape or if it's called something else. It's probably something else, but who has been raised under a cabbage leaf, don't know what it is. But I guess it's some kind of washi tape. So, putting it up there at the top, that gives it a little extra fluff. We want extra fluff. There, I should put that right there. Now, you can see that better. Now, whoops. I'll put that in the trash bag. Okay, then, let's see. And then, I could even put some of this on the pages to give that a little extra pizzazz, because pizzazz is nice and fun and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I'll put this on my Etsy shop or if I will just put it on. I don't know. I gotta find a different way of doing. Oops, I threw that in there. I didn't want to throw that in there because it doesn't have a liner in it. Okay, now. I have seen where some people put their beautiful things on just on their Facebook site, and they with it. They sell things like that on their Facebook and not worry about like the Etsy and stuff. So I may try that. You know, um, yeah, I might give that a look. How pretty that one is. I'm gonna put this one this way because actually that's pretty too. That script writing, I like that. Can you still see what I'm doing right here? Yeah, I think so. I think you can see that. Now, yeah, they said there's going to be frost on the pumpkin in the morning. Whew, I'll stay in the bed. That's retirement stuff? Oh, let me tell you, Mamma Mia. If you're not retired yet, you just wait. You're going to be retired one day, and you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy to throw the alarm clock out the window. But open the window first. Don't break the glass. Because if you break the glass, then you got to put, clean the glass up, and you got to put a new glass in and all that stuff. So open the window first and then throw out, then throw it out. Throw out the alarm clock. You don't need it. Maybe you do. Well, if you just make your doctor's appointments late, then yeah, then you don't need an alarm clock. Don't make your doctor appointments early. That's a good idea. Don't make your doctor's appointments early. Ooh, I'm gonna put that flour on there. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. So this morning I cooked eggs and grits for breakfast. I don't usually cook. I'm so lazy, I swear. I don't know if it's laziness, turned laziness, or if I just don't wanna. I don't know. I might just not wanna. So now I'm going to, let's see, what do I have here? No, I'm not going to put any Valentine stuff in there. Elizabeth, don't put Valentine stuff in there. I don't want that either. But I have, oh yeah, this is good. That goes good with teddy bears. Oh, needs a little tag. Hi, sweetiekins. Could you put a, what you looking for? Dog? Oh. Here you go, Sammy. Papa brought your treat. Could you put a bag in that trash can for me? I've been throwing stuff in there without a bag in there, and I don't like to do that. You're a good man, Gongadin. I wouldn't trade you for Solgo chicken ever. My sprinkler don't work no more. Your sprinkler don't work? We have more sprinklers, don't we? Don't know. I just rigged the spray nozzle. Oh, okay. Because on that table next to the shed, I think there's more sprinklers. Papa puts the sprinkler on his blueberries when it's going to be a frost so that the blueberry plants do not get, they'll only get to one certain temperature and they won't get any colder. So they won't get killed. We don't want them to be killed, like dead and stuff. We don't want them to be dead, Fred. We don't want them to be dead. Okay, so see, oh, these are pretty. These are pretty. They don't really go with bears, though. I have to get something that goes with bears. Oh, this is like fall. So I'll put a little string on there, too. And that was Papa getting the bag ready to go in the trash can. He's a good man. Papa, I didn't bring myself a drink in here. Is that shocking or what? Yeah. No, not really. I wouldn't trade him for nothing. I tell you, he is, oh, he's my honey bunny. Now, so see, I'll put one in the behind of that too. One in the front, one in the behind. Put them a little off centered like this. And here on the side, I'm going to go with a line and like this. See how that is? You probably can't see that because I'm too far away. And so I'm just going to put this up the edge like this. All the way up. And it's not straight like an arrow, but hey, that's okay. See, so it's just like a little edging on there. That's pretty much fun. Sammy, did you eat your snack? There's another piece. That stuff stinks. And them bacon bits or whatever they are. They stink. Yes, they stink. The dogs don't think they stink, but I do. I think they stink. Now, see this one here, I put in I cut him out of a card, out of a greeting card. And so out of that, I will take that now and I'll find a tag. Oh, I should get some of my other handmade tags. These are all tailor-mades in this box. These are tailor-made tags. But see, I can put, maybe this butterfly can hide behind him. Or maybe, see another butterfly too. I'll put both of these butterflies behind him. Like that. That's fun. Now see, if Grandma is reading this book to the little grandchildren, then they'll see the butterflies behind here. You know what I could do? This is what I could do. I could punch. This would be cool. This is a neat idea. This is a neat idea. I don't care who you are. Oh, you know what I'll do first? I'll get a little something, a little piece of something. Okay, this will be fine, whatever it is. I'm going to get that little square, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on there. And then I'm going to put this up here on the top of the page like this. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. Now I'm going to get a little piece on the back of the butterfly as well, like this. And the reason I'm doing this is just to reinforce it a little bit, so it's a little bit of a thicker piece. And so then I'll go like this. Now I put that on the back of the butterfly, so that just reinforced that. Now I'm going to take my hole puncher and punch a hole right in the middle of that. And then I'm going to take one and put a hole right in the middle of the butterfly. Now I am going to take a piece of this here pretty string that's fuzzy, and I'm going to tie it up in this hole. See, I put that extra piece of paper. Actually, it's kind of a heavy tag thing. I'll put that in there, and I'm going to tie that right on there, like I know what I'm doing. Tie it in a little knot, and then I'm going to tie the other end onto the butterfly. Put that through that little hole, and I put that little reinforcement of a little extra piece there. And then we're going to tie that. I could have made that string just a tad longer, but I didn't. But it'll be okay. It'll be fine. And then, see, when Grandma Bessie is reading this to her little grandchild, then look at there. She'll stick it behind here, or it can pull out, and it'll be just fine. I'll just put one there. I'll save this for another page. And that's really, 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 really cute. I love it. I think that is a grand idea there. Boy, you just never know. And then see, what I've done is I go like a page, and then, now this here page is done because it's got a, this was a greeting card, and I made a pocket using that. And then I'll just put, I put a little book in there. This is a little book that you could write in. And see, now if you were reading to a little look, there's a little person. If you're reading to a little person, you can pull these little things out and show them as you're reading. And so, oh, I like this little earth thing. So you can say, well, I wonder where these bears live. Oh, I wonder if they live right over here in Australia. You never know, what you might be able to do. But I like this little girl person, cute as a button. She is cute. So I just want her to be there only because she's cute. She's cute. And see, this is how I do my little journals. I really don't put a whole lot of thought in advance. But see, the children like to look at the pictures when they're reading the book, when you're reading to them. Now, you don't have to read this to a child. You can just have this for your own self. Now, see, here we go. There's a side pocket there with some writing paper, and you can write in there. So this can just be your own journal. This is your own journal. But who knows? Maybe you might be making this journal for a child. Maybe you're going to write things about when you were a child and make a little journal of where you went to school and what did you carry to school, and did you eat lunch in school or did you carry a lunch bucket, and a lot of memories like that you might have that you can put into this journal and have it something that you'll to pass on to a grandchild or a child, or just a fun thing just to put memories in. I think it's a very fun. I see a lot of people doing journals, and they use the little golden books. Well, I found these books at the thrift shop, and they was a very good price. Here's another map. That's fun. Maps are fun. So you can try and figure out where these people live. But yes, I got these from these books, and I got like 6 or 8 of them, and I got them all from the thrift shop. From the thrift shop, which is amazing that they had such beautiful things at the thrift shop. Now, and just it, oh, look at, look at there. See? Like, children love to look at these. And keep in mind too, I keep saying children. But see, I am my mother and father's child, so I'm still a child, and I still have my inner child inside of me that stays with me forever. And I talk to my inner child. Me and her, we have conversations. And so there's some things I missed as a child. Some things that I missed quite, some things that I really missed as a child. And so, since you have your inner child still within you, well, then you talk to that inner child and have a good time and do something like this. Journal in a fun journal. Now, if you are journaling in a boring journal that has nothing in it. Now, some people just are so into journaling that they don't care. They will journal on a paper towel, stuff like that. And in that pretty, it's got owls on it. And look, Mama looks grumpy because the family is sitting there watching TV. They're watching the Nutty Bear Show. Yeah, oh, there goes the TV. Now, so yes, we all I lost my train of thought. Did you catch that? Did you catch me lose my train of thought? And yes, inner child. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about that inner child. Yes, we all have our inner child. And there's a lot of things I missed as being a child. I hear other people that talk about things that they did when they were children. And city people, if you're raised in the city, you've been raised doing other things than those raised in the country. I was raised most of my childhood up until 14. I was raised on a farm, and so farming was our that was our life. We did farming, and my life was cows and horses and milking cows and making hay and all of that kind of stuff. Now, children that's born in the city, um, and born and raised in the city, now they all have different things that are in their memories. So, and then I listen to people who were raised in the city, and I think, oh wow, that was interesting. How that had to have been fun. But then I think, oh, but I never did that because I wasn't raised in the city. I was raised on a farm. And then the city folks, they think, oh, you were lucky to be raised on a farm. And, so everybody has, there's good in everything, but not everything in everything. And so we didn't have a whole lot of time for really, fun things, although we did fun things because like ice skating, oh, I loved ice skating. And I was just learning how to ski whenever we moved. So I didn't get to do too much with the skiing. And and so but yeah, those are the kind of things that I did. And and so now I like to write about those things now because it keeps that memory alive, and it also it also when I whatever you call it when you croak, you know people croak. um Look, let's put that butterfly there. Just keep finding stuff that is so pretty. So pretty. Oh, and look, let's put the bird in here too. Or should I put a tag in there? Or should I just put them both in there? Let's see. Where did I put, oh yeah, here was the one that was like fallish stuff. Yeah. We'll put that one in there. And so then, you know, I've got a lot of journals that I work on. Some things are just happy things, and some things are just. I have one journal I put pictures in that is just things that'll make me laugh. I put pictures in there of my children that will really, really make you laugh. And then I give a little story about that. And so yeah, and but then I put things, then I have a journal that I have, it's memories, just memories. And 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 that's fun. That's fun. Let's put that on there too. So I like these collections that you can get. Tim Holtz has some. I think Bo Bunny has some that they're just collections of different ephemeras and beauty. I think these are Tim Holtz, the butterflies. But you can also even journal something on the back of these. Now, like if I was reading to this book to like my granddaughter, I would maybe write down a date that I read. I read this to Aria today. She's 3 years old. Whatever. I might put something in there just to remember that. These are in here just for fun. This is a ace of spades. That's not a spade. That's a diamond. I know nothing about diamonds, but each of these cards have a little bear on them. This here bear was a front of a greeting card. And and here's another one of the pocket. I use a half of an envelope, and then I use some paper to make just a little journal out of, and I put those in them side pockets on, because then you can journal extra in there. Put a little tag on there. Whoops, that come off of that. Okay, and so then I just love these little flowers like this. I think they're so pretty. This is a flower with a dragonfly on it. And so I am sort of doing things that, kind of when you think of bears, you kind of think of nature. So I have kind of nature in here. And then I save because I have so many bear books now, bear things to do with the Berenstein Bears, and all of these, whoopsie daisies, all of these are going to be made up into journals. See, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I had 12 of them. Well, I had 13 counting this one I'm working on. But yes, and see how beautiful these will be. And these are going to make awesome, awesome, awesome little journals. I think, anyway. I just love the covers. And I think I'm going to do this is the first one I'm doing this way. And I do believe, I wonder if I was to put a ruler down here and make a straight line, if that would be more professional. Let me just make a dashed line. I can't see what I'm doing, but I'm guessing. Oops, that didn't go straight. So even with a ruler, okay, and then between each line, I'll just make 2 little of these doohickeys. Just for something different, just for something different. Just to add a little something right there. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, and then here, maybe I'll put, oh, excuse me. I have got the sneezers. Sneezers. And we'll just put that right there. I might, I don't have any stamps right here beside of me. Oh, that's right. I already put a lot of stamps in here. Sometimes, you can take like a black marker, or I'm just going to use a pen right here. And you can trace all the way around one of these embellishments that you put on. Now, a marker would show more than just this ballpoint pen. But it sort of makes like almost like a frame around. So if there's light color on a light color, then by the time you go around it, yeah, I might go around this with a little marker too, maybe. Since I already did it with a pen and it kind of looks a little bit dorky. We don't want anything to look dorky, Dorky is not what we're looking for in our future life. Whoops. Oops, I think I got glue on my ballpoint pen tip. So then it doesn't want to. Right, very good. There we go. You can see a little bit, and you can see how squiggly it is. But you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls and unicorns, I'm 70. I'm really not 70. But, from the moment that I turned 69, which was only like last month, I started saying that I'm almost 70. Don't know why. I think I'm doing that so I'll get used to it. I don't want to say I'm only 60. I want to say I'm almost 70. That way, when I do turn 70, it won't be a big shock to my system. I don't feel 70 though. I don't know. Some people feel like they're like young, and then they say they feel so old. Well, I don't feel 70. Well, I'm not 70, but I don't feel very old. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Now, I can see that I'm keeping you quite a long time here, which is not fair to you all, because it's not fair to keep you all up past your bedtime, or I don't want to cause you all to miss dessert or something. That would not be a good thing if you miss dessert. And give thanks. That's a good. Now, see, this here comes from a fall collection of tags, but give thanks needs to be every day of the whole year. Now, if you this morning, if you get in a car crash and total out your car and break your leg, you give thanks that you didn't break the other leg. You give thanks that you're not dead. You know, so there's always something. There's good in everything bad. So that a car crash wouldn't be good. I mean, it would be bad. But um yeah. You can find it. You can find it. And like sometimes things are so bad and you think, oh, there's no way this is bad. This is the end of the world. And maybe it is that day. Maybe it is for that day. But after a while, I have a dear friend who just lost her husband, and it was like an accident. And so he was much too young. And she is so sad right now. Her heart is broken. And I understand that. I understand that. And you might say, there's nothing good in that. You lost the father of your child. You lost your dear husband. How are you going to go on? And then you think, but you look, so how can you find any good in that? Well, the good in my thinking is that those memories turned into treasures. Now, some people might not agree with me that that's good, but it is, those memories now you want to hang on to because they have just turned into treasures. And so that's just my outlook on things. And I it's sad. Oh my gosh, it's sad, and I feel so bad for her right now because it's only been like a month, if even that. And so I feel very, very bad for her. My heart just breaks for her. And and I know, I know how she's feeling right now. I do know. And it's like, why is the sun even still shining? That kind of thing. And but after a while you're going to, thank God that you have those children by him, and those kind of wonderful things. There's going to be in good memories in all in everything, in all that happened. Um, the hurt starts getting, it never goes away. That's like I told her, it doesn't ever go away. But it starts getting just less a little bit less sharp, I guess it would be. That the painful is right now, it's so painful, and it starts getting a little bit less painful some of the time, not all of the time, some of the time. Now, my first hubster passed away. It was in 97, so that's 21 years ago. And yes, it's got it's gotten um it's changed. It's different. It's changed. It's different, but there are still some days, like just the other night I was at a theater show where my granddaughter was playing the part of Mrs. Cratchit in the Christmas Carol, and she did so well. And there just this wave of memory went, this wave went over me, thinking, oh gosh, I wish her grandpa could be here to see this, which I know that grandpa was there in spirit. But it just like I got the goosebumps and the cold chills, and it just like I I wanted to cry. It was just in my so stuff like that. It just never goes away, never goes completely away. But I loved him so much, and even though I've remarried the most awesome person ever, it's still you get these. You still, it like I say, it just never goes away. So, well, I don't know where I don't know how I get off on these tangents, but these these books, these journals that you make, and you fill them full of memories. You fill them full of memories, and and you don't have to just put down what happened today. Put down things that happened 20 years ago. And I have got like photographs that are in a box, and they're just thrown in there. And at one time I thought, I'm going to go through these photographs and sort them and make some photo albums. Well, then I thought, well, I'll never do that because I'm just too extremely quite lazy. And they just sit there. So you know what I did? I'd look through the box, and I'd see a photograph that kind of reminded me of something. So I'd pick that photograph and I would put it in my journal, and then I would journal about that photograph. The next page might have another photograph that was 10 years earlier, 10 years later, didn't have anything in common with the one before. I'll put that photograph down and journal about that photograph. And so many times, um, you your life comes to an end, and somebody finds a box in your attic with a whole bunch of photographs in it, and they don't have a clue who they are. Well, I think this was Uncle Ed at the family reunion. I think so, but I'm not sure. I think he got a little schnockered and made a fool of himself, and we had to carry him home. Something like that. You think. But if somebody journaled about that picture, you'd know for sure. So that's just what I'm telling you about that. I'm just telling you that story. Um, just so you know the importance of journaling. It's important. It's important. It's like you're writing a history book. And now, another thing. People say, oh, but my handwriting is so stupid looking. Well, that's a bad excuse as well, because that's a very bad excuse, is that your handwriting is stupid looking, because your handwriting is you. Do you know that handwriting analysis people, you know them, um, they can look at your handwriting and they can tell exactly what kind of a person you are, and they come real close to being right on the money, like they're right, like they're good at what they do. And so don't ever think that your handwriting is not good, because it is good. It's wonderful. It's wonderful, your handwriting. And I have only one bit of my grandmother's handwriting, which is inside of a hymnal. And it's inside of a hymnal, and she had what they call, I've said this before, I think, the essential tremors. And she had them, like, oh, as long as I remember her, she had the essential tremors, which her hands just shook all the time. And so when she would write, she'd have to hold her writing hand and then write to try to even get her penmanship legible. And so, but she wrote nonetheless. She did as much as she could. And I treasure that little bit of her penmanship on there. And 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 I will always. And I know, because my girls are like me as far as being sentimental and stuff, they will also treasure that book. I still have it propped up there on my piano, because it's a very old hymnal from our church that we went to back in the 60s, 50s, actually, because we moved to Florida in January of 64. And and so, yeah, that book that book Been around the town. Been around the town. See, and you can make anything into a pocket. Like, I love these little flowers. Isn't that pretty? Those are pretty. So I'm going to just go ahead and glue, just the bottom here, and I'll put that in that corner. See, you got that? Now write that down. Now, you know what I think I'm going to do, because I'm looking at this and I'm almost an hour working on this. And I'm only halfway through this signature, but I'm going to show you real quickly. Now, some of you have already seen this journal as I've been working on, because I made another journal video too. See, now I'll put that one in there. There, you can journal on the front, you can journal on the back, you can add photographs. Okay, so I have more pages to go through in this first signature. The whole story is in the first signature, and it goes this far. The second signature is writing paper. And I have got some stamping on some of the pages in that signature. The third signature is all drawing paper, sketching paper, or journal if you want. I've put some washi tape. I've got little bears. I gotta find that punch. Little bears on the strings. So those are little bear strings on the strings. And like I say, some of the pages I have washi tape. I haven't done any inking on these pages or nothing, but that's what I've got so far, and I'm not going to keep you any longer with this. But when it's finished, when I'm finished with this, oh, it's getting kind of clumpy, isn't it? I just love clumpy. And so it's an 8 by 8. But when it's finished, I am going to offer it up for sale. I think. I do think. I'm not sure. But anyhow, that's kind of, so you get kind of an idea of what I'm doing as I go through. As I go through it. Okay, so now, of course, we leave on a positive note. And so then I pull out my cards here that comes from the Power Thoughts of Louise Hay. And I pick out 3, 1, 2, 3 of the top cards. And I say, my work is deeply fulfilling. Today I give my best to that which I do, knowing that when one experience is complete, I am led to even more fulfilling and rewarding experiences. And so, see there? Now, I don't read these ahead of time. I just pick what comes out. And that matches right along. Now, and they call that work. I call it play, but hey, let's let them think I'm working. All right. Now, it is safe to look within. As I move through the layers of other people's opinions and beliefs, I see within myself a magnificent being, wise and beautiful. I love what I see in me. And this is true for me. I had to learn it. I had to teach myself, but it is true. I love what I see in me. Now, here it says, I now create a wonderful new job. I'm retired. How could that mean anything to me? I now create a wonderful new job. I am totally open and receptive to a wonderful new position, using my creative talents and abilities, working for and with people I love in a wonderful location and earning good money. Now, see, guess what? I just had an auction that I sold a lot of my crafts, sold a lot of craft supplies. And so, yes, I did earn money. A wonderful location? Yes. How could you get more wonderful than being in your own home? And my wonderful new position is that, yes, I'm getting brave enough to offer my things for sale. So, and yes, I'm using my creative talents and my abilities. I'm working for and with people I love. Every one of you are people I love. Every one of you. Now, that is my 3 power thoughts. And that is power. We need power within ourselves. And then that is what we get. I have, since I started um, working on understanding myself and using some self-help type of things, especially these power cards, I have learned that I am not the person I thought I was because I wasn't thinking real good. I have changed my mind completely. And so love yourself. Love yourself first. If you can't love yourself, your inner child, love yourself. If you don't do that, you will not be able to love others properly. You might think you love them, but you just don't know until you love yourself how much more you can love other people. Okay, I want to say I love you. I want to say thank you so much for watching me work on my or play on my journal. And watch for it coming up. It's going to come up like a for sale. All right. God bless every one of you. Let him watch every step you take, every move you make, and I will see you on the next video. God bless.